That's Bill.
And that's Will.
And it is April 20 what? Today get to
27, I think.
Jesus, already going
Yeah,
quickly,
man.
Gibson, man. There's a big weekend in
April 27.
the big weekend in sports. I guess we can say that since we got the National Football League going on in this draft,
The
right?
NFL draft.
They took up the headlines, but there was a few more things going on in sports.
Houston led the way.
It led the way where?
In the NFL draft.
Stop it, Gibson.
What are all those letters doing up there? What is
Nah,
that?
the format today, Gibson, I don't even know what we're talking about, but we're going to get through it. Let's start by talking about the NFL, though.
Okay, let's get to it.
First, talk about Thursday since we didn't have a video on Friday. First round picks. Any surprises for you? First round pick we had Burrow going first.
That wasn't a surprise, but what was a surprise is Jordan Love going to the Green Bay Packers. I was really surprised by that.
Jordan Love, he picked up a lot of steam at the end of the year for Utah State there, man. An athletic quarterback. They say he has a rocket for an arm. They say he's a development, though.
I know why they did that, but I'm really surprised that they did that. I think they could have gone with a receiver. They don't really need a quarterback right now. They don't need a quarterback. So I don't know why they picked him, but I don't know.
Being some of these GMs here, sometimes I think, man, pick the best player off the board, and maybe you can get a trade later. Maybe you can have some insurance with that pick. Maybe it's better picking him than picking someone else that might help your team on the field. Maybe he'll help you off the field in a trade or something.
Now that's what Dallas did. Now Dallas, they whole draft, they just picked the best player available on the draft. That's what they did. It worked out real good for them.
I seen that they had a real good draft class.
They had a real good
Dallas.
draft, and that CD Lamb pick, that pick put them over the top. I think Philadelphia and the Cowboys, they're gonna do some balling this year.
Philadelphia picked up a good quarterback, didn't they? They got old boy from Oklahoma, Hurts.
Oh, Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts is not gonna be a quarterback in the NFL.
What is he gonna be?
He's gonna be a utility player.
Like the quarterback they just read up on in the Saints. They gave him $21 million chasing Hill.
He's not gonna be a quarterback in the NFL either.
Well,
The Saints, I don't know what the Saints are doing. I don't understand what they're doing at all. I don't understand what they're doing at all. And they're getting a pass because everybody thinks that they have a genius head coach. But I don't know what they're doing. Me personally, I would have separated from Drew Brees and went with my boy,
Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater, and I would have just started going into the future right now. It's not that Brees can't play anymore, but we can end that question right now. We could end that period of is he going to retire? Is he not going to retire? You know, we can end that right now because we know Teddy Bridgewater can flat out ball, and he's the future, or he was the future. They traded him to the Carolina Panthers. And Hill is not the answer there when Brees leaves. He's not the answer. He's more of a running back that plays quarterback than he is a quarterback.
Well, speaking of the Saints, man, they're just finalizing the deal now with Jameis Winston to be their backup quarterback.
Who?
The Saints.
Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston. That's his new gig.
See, this is what I'm talking about. What are the Saints doing?
What's going on? You don't like the pick? I like that. I like that's a good pickup, man. You got other backup for Breeze.
He's not a backup.
Who's not a backup?
Jameis Winston.
What you mean he's not a backup? He kept throwing the ball to the backup players last year, getting 30 interceptions. He's a backup.
I'm not saying he's a starter. I'm saying he's worse than a backup. He's not a backup. He needs to be on the bench somewhere, carrying water jugs to the scout team or something. I don't understand what the Saints are doing right there.
I like it, man. You got a backup quarterback for your commodity, and you gave him $25 million. You need somebody that can come in and just maybe play 1 or 2 games during the season. he was out 5 games last year, so you just need somebody to come in that's viable. Gibson, you're saying Jameson is not that guy. I'm saying he is.
Tatum could have done that. Tyson Hill, or whatever his name is.
Taysom Hill?
Taysom Hill, he could have done that.
He's not a better quarterback than Jameis Winston. Come on,
there's a lot of quarterbacks better than Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston.
I'm a better quarterback than Jameis Winston.
Gibson. There's not a lot of quarterbacks that can throw 5,000 yards in the NFL, Gibson. I don't care what you say.
There's not a lot of quarterbacks that can throw 5,000 yards and interceptions either.
He threw 30. He got 30 interceptions, Gibbs, but he got 30 touchdowns, man. You're looking at just the bad side of it. Talk about the good side of it.
I don't know the good side of it.
30 touchdowns. Let's talk about that. Not a lot of quarterbacks had 30 touchdowns this year.
They was behind the whole time.
That's
Okay, so Jameis finalizes his deal with the Saints. I don't know where the Saints are going with that. If you got Hill there, go ahead and develop him. Why are you going to get this guy $25 million? Get it at the Hill and develop Hill. It doesn't make sense, man.
Anyway,
it doesn't make sense.
Number 41, Kamara, he about to get paid, man. You seen what they gave to the youngster over there with the Carolina Panthers. They finna have to pay him a lot more money.
Well, he should get paid. He shouldn't be doing that Scottie Pippen type.
Scottie Pippen deals?
No, he shouldn't be doing those Scottie Pippen deals. They need to call them Scottie Pippen deals.
Matt,
they don't need to do no Scottie Pippen deals.
But hey, Jordan wasn't making a lot more than Pippen through them years, them latter years. Now, hey. Next up, let's talk about Jake Fromm from the draft, man. What happened to him,
shocked.
Man? He fell so far.
Yeah, he went to the supplemental draft, basically.
Goodness gracious.
I'm shocked by that.
What did he fall to, 167? What's up with this guy? 4-year guy, maybe a 5-year guy out there fighting for his team every week, man. What happened? Just not good enough as a quarterback?
No, Jake Fromm is a really good quarterback. He just Georgia let him down.
Georgia let him down.
Georgia let him down.
Georgia let him down.
I mean, for 4 years, where did he go? He went to Buffalo. Let me say this. Buffalo, they got a really good quarterback, and they're going to be paying him Scottie Pippen money. And he's going to be worth every penny of that. Because he can ball. He's going to have 1 year to learn the system, and the next year that he is playing, because that other guy's going to get hurt. He run too much. He got a lot of potential, but I don't like going on potential. Potential a lot of times don't work out. But he's going to get hurt. Jake Fromm is going to step in there, and he is a pillar of stability. He don't make mistakes. He don't throw interceptions, and he's not going to hurt you. And he's going to put the ball where it needs to be. Georgia let him down because of their lackluster play last year.
Just not a winner in the big games. He's just not a winner in the big games, Gibson. That's just what I've noticed over his career. You know that, man.
But I don't know why you doing this, man.
He
never won.
He's won a lot of games, but he haven't won a lot of big games.
It takes time for that.
Any. He had 5 years.
Well, I mean,
I get what you're saying.
I'm shocked, man. But Georgia let him down, man. They played in the championship game 1 year. I thought for sure they was going back the next year, and they didn't go back.
He never broke through.
They didn't beat Alabama in the SEC championship game. I was shocked by that. Tua was on one leg basically, and they lost that game. I was like, "What are y'all doing?" That's why he didn't get picked up.
Jake Fromm.
Jake Fromm did his job.
That's why Gibson.
Over
the years that he's played at Georgia and he's had these big games, he just could never win them. And I could rattle off the games that he had an opportunity to go, like this past season.
They lost against South Carolina.
They just keep losing, Gibson.
But that's not Jake Fromm. That's Georgia's fault. They just didn't show up, man. I mean,
Tim Tebow's teams won because of Tim Tebow.
That's correct.
So therefore,
they overachieved.
So therefore, Jake Fromm should have been winning because of Jake Fromm. I know one person can do it in college. I've seen it done before.
Yeah.
He didn't get it done. The SEC is a bulldog, man. You better come up with something.
Man.
Let's move on, man, to the next subject. Hey man, so let's talk about boxing now. Let's pivot for a little bit, man, and talk about pay structure, what these means for these fighters in boxing. They say that now that the coronavirus is not gonna have any fans, the boxers are gonna have to take a pay cut from what they're used to seeing. Do you agree with that or not?
Of course I agree with that. I agree with that on a whole bunch of different levels. Here's the first level I agree with it. They don't fight but once a year anyway, so they're only missing one check. Get the stimulus check that my homeboy gonna sign next week and take that money and run with it. What you talking about? They fight once a year. And they fighting garbage. They don't fight the top fighters. What you talking about? What's the problem? That's the first level.
Ah man, like I said, Terrence Crawford, he was talking about it. He's a real active fighter, Bud. He fights a lot. Over there on Fox, he's over there with Bob Arum on ESPN, not Fox. I'm sorry. He fights a lot, Gibson. So he's one of these fighters that like to get in the ring 3 or 4 times a year. Not against any competition, but I mean to make his paycheck. I agree with you. You have to see what the market's like. You got to go out there, and if they don't have any fans, of course you're gonna have to take pay cuts. But once it start get back booming and things get back to ordinary, y'all be all right with y'all money. I don't see this happening forever. That they got to take drastic pay cuts.
But
forever.
the economy, Trump is trying to get the economy going again anyway. So some states are loosening up, they opening back up, and the funds are going to start flowing again. So it shouldn't be a big deal. Don't worry about it.
Boxing is
A fledgling sport anyway.
Is it dying, Gibson?
It's dying.
This guy Terrence Crawford that they were talking about this money situation. He has a big fight on the horizon. To be honest with you,
Cancel that.
I don't think it's going to happen this year now. With the car wreck compounded with this coronavirus, we might be a year out from watching Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford fight.
That'll be a good fight.
It's the biggest fight in boxing to me right now.
I'm gonna watch it on my Fire Stick.
You ain't gonna buy it?
No.
I'm gonna go to a Buffalo Wild Wings and probably find it for free.
Here is boxing. Clear. Clear. Call it. 8:51.
I don't think so, Gibson. I think they got some talent. I think they got some talent, especially some young talent.
They don't fight.
You got Ryan Garcia, man. You got these guys that can fight. That's up and coming, man. That's gonna bring this boxing back to the. It's just you gotta get the other guys. It's not really the boxers as so much as it the guys that handle the boxers. So what is it?
Puppeteers.
The puppeteers, man. They make everything happen, man. So the guys, the boxers say they want to fight, but it's not up to them anymore. It hasn't been up there to a long time. Y'all are an investment. Y'all get paid what they gonna tell y'all to pay and fight who they tell y'all to fight, and that's the way it is. Unless you Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather.
Let's pivot from there. What's up next? Let's go to let's see what's going on brewing in sports, Gibson. Man, after talking all of that things about you about Clemson and losing potential recruits, Alabama has lost a recruit to Tennessee. Does this further your notion that Alabama's dead? Call them?
It don't. Alabama's not dead.
You told me
No,
Alabama. You
I
said
didn't
Nick
say
Saban is done. They don't.
Yeah, they're done as far as wreaking havoc on the SEC. You're going to find that out this next coming football season. They're going to lose at least 3 games next year.
That's a lot, Gibson.
They're going to lose at least 3 games.
They lost 2 last year. 3 is a.
They're going to lose 3 games. They're going to lose 2 SEC games. They're going to lose in the championship games. You know, in that Final Four. They're going to lose somewhere over there.
So they're gonna lose 2 games and make the playoffs.
Yeah, they're still going to make the playoffs because
And losing 2 games.
yeah, they're gonna lose 2 games, but they're still going to make the playoffs. They're probably going to lose the SEC championship game.
So it's gonna. Oh, okay.
And then there'll be 3 losses, but they're going to get 3 losses. Now, this is why. Because the SEC itself is only top heavy. It's not, the whole SEC is not strong.
Yeah.
There's only 2 teams like in the SEC South, and that's Texas A&M and Alabama. But the SEC on the North is really weak. It's really weak
Stop,
up there.
Gibson. Don't do that
So
again.
they
Don't do that
so
again.
they're gonna have some teams. I'm telling you.
Don't put A&M in top teams in Alabama.
In the South, Texas
Stop.
A&M and Alabama is the best two teams in the South.
You don't say nothing about the LSU Tigers. You don't say nothing. Stop, Gibson.
LSU.
Gibson, I think
We beat LSU.
In the South, in the SEC South, Gibson, I think y'all probably like the fifth or sixth best team. So stop with that notion that y'all are the second. Well, no, they're not. Let's get back to losing recruits for Alabama. Why are they losing recruits to Tennessee?
Because Tennessee
is paying somebody. Come on, let's be real.
No, just everybody knows Alabama's not who they used to be. It's not there. So no, I'm not going to go there.
So it had nothing to do about the money.
I don't know. Tennessee got no money. I don't know.
Man, what?
Tennessee got no. They haven't done nothing.
Tennessee.
They haven't done anything since Peyton Manning was there.
Tennessee.
They don't have no money.
SEC Tennessee. Tennessee got a lot of money over there, man. Now they starting to see what I see. To win, gotta pay these players, man. You gotta put some money in their pocket, man. I transfer real quick. Throw some money in my cash app. I'll recommit. I'll recommit.
The transfer portal is not open. It's closed for business.
Now they're gonna have to close it, cause look, I'm 18th pick, and they just slid me $200K, so I gotta go in Rocky Top.
I don't know why he would have went to Tennessee though. Tennessee don't have no chance in nothing to make it.
$200,000 for Gibson. They gave my mom a crib. My pops is cool now. What you mean?
Where you get that number from?
200,000?
Yeah, where you get that from?
I just think that's a nice little round number.
Oh, okay.
That's what they gave me when I went to college, Gibbs. $50,000 a year, right? In scholarship for a semester, right?
That's what they gave me.
That's cheap. That ain't.
That's what they gave me. I didn't have to. Well, I did have to pay for school.
Stop it, Gibson. That ain't.
They didn't give me nothing. I take that back. I thought I got something, but I didn't. I had to pay for my own education.
The Last Dance, Gibson. Let's talk about a main proponent in The Last Dance. There was came on last night, and Isaiah had some interesting things to say leading up to this to Sunday. He said that Kevin Durant and LeBron James don't get enough credit for being greats like they were. If you put them in the 80s, they would be the best players ever. Of course, we already know that IsaiahThomas thinks LeBron James is the best ever. So why do you think that IsaiahThomas is just so insistent of not getting Michael Jordan his credit?
Okay, so the first thing is, let me talk to Isaiah for just a minute. Isaiah, you need to stop. Just stop. If you can't stop, go somewhere and sit down in the corner. Because what you're doing right now is you're not helping yourself and you're not helping basketball. So the first thing is, Kevin Durant and LeBron James, they do get the credit they deserve. They do get it. So the first thing is, LeBron gets credit for being one of the top or the best premier athlete in this generation. He gets that credit. He gets the credit of winning the 3 championships that he has. Is it 3?
Who? LeBron?
LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
He gets the credit for winning those championships. And everybody says that he won those championships. So he gets the credit that he deserves. Kevin Durant, now, he gets the credit as being a hard guard. It's hard to guard him. He gets that credit. He got a championship. Now, they don't give him credit for that because he went to a team that had already won 2 or 3 championships.
I give him credit for it.
I don't give him. Now, I'll say this about it. He went to a team that had already won 3 championships. But on that team...
He went to a team that already won 1 championship.
But on that team, he was the best player on that team. I give him credit for that. I don't give him credit for going to a championship team. They was already champions, and they would have won it again without him. I believe that.
They lost the previous year.
They would have won again without him. You can't win every game.
They didn't win without him.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about the year he got there. When they went 72-9, they lost the championship that year. So that's why you need to bring somebody in to get you over that hump. And Kevin Durant was
they would have won anyway without him. They didn't need him to win. They had already won a championship.
When? The year before that? Some team already got better. They wasn't the best team in the league, and it showed. They got beat by LeBron James Cavaliers team. They wasn't the best in the league. So hey, we need somebody to get better. Now I know y'all can't beat us. You might have been at 98% when they lost to LeBron. They was 98%. Damn, they lost. But they were the best team. They went 72-9, and they were the best team. And maybe they was maybe 2% chance of that they needed maybe 2% more to get to 100, right? Kevin Durant was like an extra 98%. You know what I mean? So they went overboard. But yeah, they still needed those 2% to come over to get over the hump, which was Kevin Durant.
I don't believe that.
It showed it. The next 2 years, they didn't even get close to losing. They lost and they won.
So Cleveland busted up anyway. So they was gonna win anyway. Because the Golden State, they wasn't gonna break up. So they would have won again the next year anyway. I just don't believe they needed Kevin Durant to win championships. They had already won one. Yeah, they lost that little fluke because LeBron went over there, but LeBron don't win all the time. So, but Golden State was winning all the time. But anyway, so when Kevin Durant got there, I don't want to give him the credit for winning those championships because he was already on a championship team.
That's crazy.
But when Kevin Durant wins now with the the Brooklyn Nets, guess what's going to happen?
They're going to give him more credit?
They're going to give him more credit because now he took a team that wasn't doing nothing to a team that's over the top now, winning championships.
I understand. Sorry about that. You good?
Good.
I understand that Isaiah and his feud with Jordan and everything like that, but to say, and I understand that you put Kevin Durant and LeBron James in the 80s, it looks scary. It looks scary. But then there's so many things that come with that. You can say if you put him in there, then you got to do a whole bunch of range of other things. So, IsaiahThomas, I don't know what's up with you and Jordan, why y'all hate each other so much. Watching that yesterday and watching the real feelings come out when he's seeing you listen to his videos and things like that, might need to have a black man's coalition. Get these guys together. They might not be on the same page.
Isaiah, man, he's I don't know that beta part of him is coming out and he needs to get back. He's sulking and all that stuff for what? Then let me say this. They keep saying that, but you can't do that. If you take Kevin Durant and put him back in the 80s, he gonna be checked. They're gonna have the elbow in his back. They're gonna have the hand check on him. It's gonna be different. He can't play under that. He only weighed 97 pounds.
Shit, if Larry Bird can play, Kevin Durant can play.
Larry Bird was way more physical. Larry Bird was way more talkative. Had way more cojones. He was way better than Kevin Durant. As far as you're not gonna stop me. Man, Kevin Durant is soft-spoken. Bird get in your face. I'll finna shoot this jumper and you can't stop it. Kevin Durant not gonna tell you that.
Telling me what about Kevin Durant and
You
Larry
heard
Bird?
what I said. No. Then you take LeBron, he's soft too. LeBron ain't gonna buck up to nobody. You put him in the 80s with them guys, they'll beat him up, man. They'll beat LeBron up.
That's crazy.
The Pistons,
You just made
them guys are. They be clubbing that fool, man. And LeBron ain't no brawler, man. He's not a brawler. He's a spoiled brat.
I don't know about
When
that.
have you ever seen LeBron get into a fight in the NBA? When have you ever seen him look like he was going to get into a fight? He's not, because he's soft.
I don't know, man.
He's soft as cotton candy, man.
That's
Them
crazy.
guys can't play in the 80s. They can play now because you can't touch them. So now you can't touch them. They can do what they want to do. You can't hand check. You can't put the elbow in the back. You can't do nothing. So now they can do what they want to do. You put them in the 80s, they're going to get clubbed.
Let's talk about getting clubbed, Gibson.
What happened to Jordan? When they put the Jordan rules on him, they beat him up. And guess what? He had to go regroup. But Jordan got his attitude right and came back.
Well,
Them guys are soft. Jordan was never soft. Go ahead.
You call people soft today, Gibson?
Soft. Cotton candy soft.
Well, let's talk about some non-soft heavyweight champions of the UFC, Gibson. Former champion Daniel Cormier and Stipe, the champion now. They about to get it on, Gibson.
They need to get it on.
You ready for this fight?
They need to get it on because they're running out of time.
Hey, you definitely run out of time.
Cormier is already about what, 70, 73, 74 years old?
72 pounds overweight. I don't know how old he is, but I know he's fat right now. As a house. I know Stipe ain't fought in years.
Stipe is going to kill Cormier this time
I
around.
don't
I'm telling you, man. He going to kill him this time.
No, I don't think he'll
Man.
kill him, man. I think Cormier has enough respect to go in the ring and be ready and not get killed. But I think he about to line his pockets.
Cormier ain't going to be in shape. He going to lose that 70 pounds you talk about. He's over. He going to lose that. That's baby fat. But Stipe, he going to be ready to rock and roll this time. He underestimated Cormier. And I'm going to tell you why. Because he fought that Nigerian monster and he beat him. Stipe did. And he said, Cormier can't handle this guy. And so he underestimated Daniel. Because Daniel's a wrestler. But, you know,
It's bad for the UFC
He
if Daniel win
underestimated
this
it.
fight. It's real bad for the UFC if Daniel win this fight. The heavyweight championship, the heavyweight division is lackluster already in the UFC. And if you got a guy that's 40 leaving the sport, winning your heavyweight division, it says a lot.
it says a lot about Daniel Cormier.
It does also, but I don't understand why the UFC would want to put on this fight and not want to put on the St. Pierre McGregor fight. For me, it's the same situation. You got past
You
guys.
talking about McGregor or the Russian?
No, I'm talking about St. Pierre. Why they didn't want to put that fight on? Because if St. Pierre wins, he's gonna leave the sport. You know, he's retired. He's gonna leave. With this fight, if Daniel wins the belt, he's not gonna fight anymore anyway. He's just gonna leave. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be bad for the UFC. They're gonna have a champion. They're gonna have to probably get Stipe back in there, try to do a round robin tournament like you said.
I think it would be good if Daniel won and walked away. I think it would
For
be good.
Daniel?
It'd be good for the UFC.
Explain that.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you asked me that. Okay, so Daniel is not a big draw in the UFC.
Big draw.
He's not a big draw. Everybody's not lining up to see him fight. They don't really line up to see him fight for two reasons. Number one, they don't hate him, so they're not coming to see him fight, so they're hoping he would lose. They're not doing that. And they don't love him, so they're not coming to see him fight because they love him. So he's just a really tough guy that got the belts, and nobody can just beat him. He's not going away. So if he fought Stipe and won and retired, that would be good for the UFC because now he would be out. And then they have somebody else in there that they do want to see fight. He'll be retired. But if he lose, he's not going to leave. He's going to fight him again because he's the number one contender.
Yeah.
He needs to lose. He needs to win the fight, get the belt, and retire as one of the greatest UFC heavyweight champions of all time. They need to give him a big parade, celebrate him, get 5-6 guys to pick him up and bounce him around on their shoulders.
Say thank you, give him that gold Rolex watch and push him out the door.
Push him on out the door. And now let the young guys come on in and try to do what they can do.
I get that.
Because if he loses, he's not going nowhere. He want to get the belt again.
Good luck, Daniel.
But I'm going to tell you right now, if he fights Stipe, he's going to get killed this time around.
He got killed last time around. He looked defeated. Looked like he was like, oh, I don't want to do this no more. But let's turn the page, Gibson. Let's talk about women in sports. Let's talk about women investing in sports. Where they at?
They should do it.
Diana Taurasi wants to know, Gibson, where y'all at? Where are all the billionaire women investors that want to invest in women's sports?
Now, see, here's the problem with what Diana is talking about. Here's the first problem. There's not a lot of billionaire women. That's the first problem. The second problem is the billionaire women that they do have, they're not interested in sports. They're nerds. They're interested in whatever they're in that made them billionaires. So they're not interested in sports. So Diana Taurasi, what she needs to do, and she's not going to be able to do it in her arena because those women basketball players, they don't have enough money to do it. Because they wasn't getting paid. They got Scottie Pippen contracts. Don't laugh. They got Scottie Pippen contracts, so they're not going to have enough money to buy a team. Now, what they can do is follow and emulate LaMelo Ball's strategy. Go buy a foreign team. Try to turn that team around and build.
Well, I know what I was saying about Diana Taurasi and them. More
More what?
fine business partners, you said.
Yeah, they need some investors. On their own, they can't do it. They don't have enough money to do it. But if they go overseas and buy some foreign teams, that's a different story. Because I know they got LaMelo Ball type money.
I don't think it's a good investment, man.
Why?
For what? They probably losing money at a rapid pace.
Well, the women NBA players, they can turn that around. People are getting interested just because they own the team.
It's like NASCAR, Gibson. They're making another left. Like, nobody want to see y'all make another left.
NASCAR is huge, man.
Nobody want to see y'all. To what demographic? Exactly.
To the people who watch basketball.
And who watch women basketball?
NASCAR drivers, NASCAR fans.
The bad thing about, let me tell you, women, and I'm sorry because, listen, women, I feel sorry for you women in the WNBA. Diana Taurasi, you're 38 years old now. You should have been saying this a long time ago when you had a little bit more pull.
Well, she wasn't thinking about that.
Exactly.
She was trying to play ball.
Exactly. That's the problem right there. They're doing y'all so bad in WNBA right now. The NBA.
But it's getting better.
How is it getting better?
They got a new contract.
Let me tell you about their new contract, Gibson.
They're getting paid
I'm
more.
glad you brought that
They
up.
got pregnancy stuff. If you get pregnant, they got a leave. They got insurance. They got more money.
They let them leave when they get pregnant? Just now? They should have been doing that, Gibson. Stop it. Listen to this, Gibson. I read that $500,000 for the highest paid women's NBA professional player. That's pretty good, right?
$500,000, that's real good.
That's good, right, women? But then they go and give a kid out of high school that hasn't finished high school yet $500,000 to stay in the United States and be a part of their G League. They give another kid.
That's the men.
Exactly. You giving an amateur $500,000 as an amateur men's player, and then you giving a professional woman $500,000 too. Do you like that?
It does compare.
It doesn't compare.
It does compare.
It doesn't compare.
You're comparing apples to oranges, and you shouldn't do that. You can't do that.
I'm comparing someone playing basketball to someone playing basketball.
No, you're not.
That's what I'm doing. Someone playing basketball at a professional level to someone playing basketball at a professional level. And it's not even fair, women. They're doing y'all so bad right now, man. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Women, keep doing what you're doing.
You're giving a guy that never played basketball before. We're talking about equal wages in America, and you give a kid that's never played a professional game in his life the same amount as a professional all-star woman.
Okay, let me ask you this, and you guys chime in at the bottom. If I'm the president, CEO, and chairman of the board of a lemonade stand, do I deserve to be paid the same amount of money as the president, CEO, and chairman of the board of Amazon?
It's not the same thing, Gibson.
It is the same thing. He's a business owner and I'm a business owner. I'm the president, CEO, and chairman of the board of a lemonade stand.
It's not the same thing, Gibson.
And can I get paid the same amount of money as the president, CEO, and chairman of the board of Amazon? The answer is no. And the answer is no because my lemonade stand is not bringing in the revenue of Amazon.
Are you a subsidiary of Amazon?
No, I'm on my own.
Exactly. The WNBA is on their own, and they shouldn't be. They're affiliated with the NBA, and they're out to dry.
But they got to generate some income.
Dunks. Lower the rims, ladies.
Well, I'm not opposed to that, but they got to generate some interest. They got to generate a fan base. They got to generate income.
The NBA has to spend some
So
money
you
to put them
cannot
out there.
compare the two together.
NBA got to spend some money
The
out there.
NBA is the second highest rated sports organization out there.
So they can spend some money to make their women better.
Baseball is right there by them, about to catch them.
Man, listen, Diana, good luck.
Thank you, Houston, for
The
putting baseball on the map.
The NBA is really, I don't know if they want y'all there, man. They keep showing me that they don't want y'all there. So good luck, Diana. I'm sorry about that, man. You and Rappaport and Sue Bird, y'all keep fighting. Larry Tunsil, the Houston Texans, signed up. Biggest deal for a tackle.
$33 million a year for 3 years.
I don't know if he's gonna get $33 million a year. I don't know about that. I know he made a $58 million contract. He gets $40 million signing bonus.
Oh, okay.
3-year deal, Gibson. You like this pickup for $66 million?
Well, yeah, they needed to keep him because they got to protect Watson. Watson took way too many hits last year. They should have got a couple of more offensive tackles in the draft, but they didn't. But they did get one guy in the draft, one offensive tackle from North Carolina.
See, this is what you call helping your investment, or saving, or putting some insurance on your main investment, Gibson. It's when you buy that nice car. Do you want the insurance, sir? Do you when you go buy that dishwasher or appliance? Do you want the insurance, sir? He's the insurance. $66 million worth of it, Gibson. You gotta, your most prized possession is Watson, and you gotta protect him, and they did that. One step in the right direction. One thing that y'all have done right this offseason.
Well, I did dig into the strategy that O'Brien is taking, and he's trying to emulate Tom Brady's old team, the Patriots, but I don't know if it's gonna work.
Bill Belichick over there?
Yeah, he trying to build a team that's veteran led. You know, I don't know if it's gonna work.
I never seen Bill Belichick give somebody that much money. I guess.
Well,
he's definitely not a.
Bill Belichick has championships behind him, and if you go over there, you're going over there taking a pay cut, believing that you're gonna leave the NFL with a championship. So it's worth taking. Everybody else said, "Nah, just give me the money. I don't care about the championship."
When y'all gonna win a championship?
Probably next year, just coming season.
Now again, I'm asking again. When y'all gonna? And
I'm gonna say it again. This coming season. If we play in 2021 or 2020, which I don't know if that's gonna happen, but if we play in 2021, we're gonna win.
He don't believe that. That's why I'm gonna continue somewhere else. He don't even believe that. Let's talk about Dame. It's Dame time.
Dame time.
Talk about Dame. Oh, that's Tunsil.
I don't know why Tunsil is still up under my Dame time.
Guess we might not be talking about Dame today, Dame. I don't know. Let's see what we got next. Oh.
We already talked about Isaiah and him crying that these guys not getting the proper respect.
Just like Mike, just like Isaiah. Mike don't like Jordan either. I don't know what's up with that. I mean, Mike don't like Isaiah a lot either.
Because Isaiah is the one who came up with the Jordan rules.
He put it out there.
And that's why they don't like each other.
Well, sticking with basketball and sticking with people that don't like each other, Draymond Green was in headlines recently, taking more shots at our boy Charles Barkley. Let's go over what he said about Charles Barkley. Now, he said Charles Barkley is jealous of him. He's done something he's never done. Yeah, Charles Barkley can sit there and score baskets, but he can't impact the game like Green can.
Can Green impact the game?
Green believes he's impacted the game just like Dennis Rodman has.
This is how Green impacts the game. He gets a technical foul, he continues to argue, and they eject him from the game. Now he's affected the game because his teammates was counting on him, and now he's gone. That's how he affected the game.
That's tough. Hey, Draymond, why you keep having this? Why do you got Sir Charles in your mouth all the time, man? I don't understand that. You gotta let that go, man.
Draymond is a bully and a coward. He's talking about people that are retired. He's talking about people that's not playing. He's not talking about anybody that's on the court with him. He's a coward.
Why you don't like Draymond?
It's not that I don't like Draymond. I don't respect what he's doing.
What is he doing?
He's talking trash to somebody that's not playing. Forget about Charles Barkley. Talk about somebody on the court that's playing. You playing next week. Hey, man, I'm going to stop you when you come into town. Hey, man, I'm going to stop you when I come into town. Talk about somebody that's playing. Charles Barkley's not playing. All he's doing is commentating games and talking about what he sees going on. That's all he's doing. Why is Draymond talking about that? Leave him alone.
So Charles can talk about me every week and I can't say nothing about Charles?
Because you're not doing nothing every week. If you start doing something, Charles will change his tone. He'll have to.
No, let your game speak for you.
That's the only thing that can speak for you.
Does he have enough game to speak for him, though?
If he does what he does, he will.
Is he good like that in your eyes?
Not in my eyes. But on the team that he's on, he serves a
doesn't have to
purpose.
be that good.
On the team that he's on, he serves a purpose. His job on that team is to bully people. He gets rebounds, he kicks it out, and that's what he does on that team.
I don't know. We got to sit these two guys down, man. Yeah, NBA, y'all say y'all the brotherhood. Y'all need to. Why y'all let this go on for so long?
We got too many brothers beefing.
Yeah, y'all got too many brothers beefing, man. I feel like it all stems from that TNT show.
I want to see. Who?
Shaq and old boy.
No,
Shaq
I don't want to
and
see that.
Fool,
I want to
what's his
see.
name? JaVale McGee.
What's the point guard for? Used to be the point guard for Utah when Karl Malone was playing.
Stockton.
I want to see Stockton and Luka battle.
Oh, go at each other. White people don't go at each other like that, though.
Oh!
Yeah, white people don't really go at each other like that.
So why we doing it?
Because we go at people like that.
Man, we need to stop, man. That's why the NBA is changing. Because people are getting tired of it. I'm tired of it. Play basketball.
No one too much cares about y'all opinions.
Nobody cares.
I know it's like kind of like shut up and dribble, but if you're going to have altercations, it is shut up and dribble.
That lady almost got fired behind that.
Wasn't a white lady getting fired over saying something to them African American.
Man, you can't talk like that.
She did, and she didn't get fired.
She almost got fired.
Almost.
And guess what? She stopped talking about it, went back to politics.
She popular now. She did her thing.
What's his name?
Voice of
ESPN Radio. He got fired. I bet he don't say that no more on Fox.
Jamel Hill, she said something about Donald Trump got fired.
She black. She can't say
I'm
that.
telling you, give you
But guess what happened to what's his name? The guy from ESPN.
What happened to him? Got promoted?
He went over to Fox.
Okay, yeah.
I can't think of his name. You know what I'm talking about.
Which way he look like?
Colin Cowherd.
Oh, Cowherd, yeah, Cowherd.
And he said something about black people. Guess what? He's gone. But
he got his own show.
the same day, he got picked right up.
God. I'm with the white lady. I don't know her name.
Laura Ingraham.
Laura Ingham with her. If you African American guys gonna go back and forth at each other like that and bicker like that, I'm all for it. Shut up and play basketball. I can't say nothing else.
Let your game do the talking.
Yeah, y'all shouldn't be fighting and feuding over what? Over who's the better power forward. Both of y'all are great guys. Y'all done a lot for whoever or whatever. Why does it matter?
And then Jordan, you and Isaiah, listen. Let me start with Jordan. Listen, Jordan. You got to give Isaiah credit for coming up with a strategy that shuts you down.
He bust your head open.
It worked. And they won the NBA championship.
It didn't only work against you.
Give him credit for coming up with the strategy.
It worked against everybody.
But guess what? You got 6 championships. He stopped you one time, okay, good. But what happened after that? You got 3 more. Forget about Isaiah. He had a good strategy and it worked. Isaiah, okay, he didn't like you because you shut him down. Why wouldn't he? Y'all not going to be friends. You shut me down. I don't like that. But y'all don't have to be bitter enemies now.
That's crazy.
It's over with. That happened a long time ago. I'm cool with it now. Ali and Joe Frazier, guess what? At the end, they made up. What's wrong with y'all?
I don't understand it.
You hurting us. You're not helping us with this stupid feud. It's stupid, ridiculous. It's asinine. Stop.
Jordan rules.